Let's talk about cash flow. So what is cash flow? Cash flow is basically the money you need in the bank to be able to run the operation of your company. So basically, you have expenses, you have employees to pay, you have bills, and you need that money to be able to run your company until your clients pay you. So what makes it that you have a cash flow problem? A cash flow problem comes from the fact that you do have customers, you do have paying customers, but these customers takes time to pay you. And during that time, you still need money in your bank account, cash money, to be able to pay your employees and your bills. And if you run out of that money before your customers pay you, well, actually your company might go under because you will have to stop your service because your employee will not wait until you get paid from your customers. So you need to have enough money in the bank, sometimes from 3 to 6 months, so you can survive until you get paid by your customers. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about 5 ways how to save yourself from the cash flow problem and basically save your company and your small business. Now the first way is obviously to plan ahead. If you plan ahead, you won't have the cash flow problem from the beginning. How you do that? Well, you try to figure out your expenses, either your employees, your fixed expenses like your rent, your phone line, and your variable expenses if you do need material for your business. And you try to figure out how long your customers will pay you and see if you can have enough money in the bank from the beginning, 3 to 6 months in advance, to be able to predict that cash flow issue. And if any hiccup, try to even have a safety amount, and you put it on the side, and that will help you prevent having the cash flow problem from the beginning, and you can save your company before the issue even happens. Now, the second way to save yourself and your company from the cash flow problem is to have credit cards. That has to do with planning ahead as well. You need to plan ahead and apply for a lot of credit cards. Now, why you need credit cards? Well, credit cards, they do come with high interest. However, they give you at least 1 month without paying this interest that you can pay back the money that you used without paying any interest. And even if you wait longer, yes, you will pay interest, but at least your company can move on. Now, why credit cards are very important is that you can use them for a lot of things that don't necessitate cash. So for example, you can use them to pay your rent, but however, you can use them for the material, anything that you need for your company that are physical, that you pay either on Amazon or from a supplier. You can use your credit card for that. And this will give you time until your clients pay you to be able to save your company and not have the cash flow problem. Now, the third way how you can save your small business from the cash flow issue is having a credit line. Now, obviously, a credit line is harder to get than a credit card. You have to go to the bank, get approved, etc. And word of advice, don't go to the bank when you need it. Go in advance. Plan ahead. The bank will not give you money if you need it right now. The bank will give you money if you don't need their money, and show them that you have enough money right now. I don't need your money, just give me a credit line in case of an emergency. But you are planning ahead because you know that will happen. It's not could happen, it will happen. So you will be able to save your company by having a credit line. Now you can have a credit line of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and the interest on the credit line is actually way lower than a credit card. So a credit card is between 20 to 25%. A credit line could go from 3 to 6 to 8%. That's very low compared to a credit card. And the best of all is that you can have it in cash. So you can actually pay your rent with that credit line. Now, the fourth way how you can save your small business from the cash flow issue is friends and family. You have to tell them in advance that you have a small business and you might need some money in the future to be able to bail you out from the cash flow issue. Obviously, you have to try your best not to get into that problem, but planning ahead is important in every step. And if you inform them, they will know in advance and will give you an answer. And when you come and need them, they will be able to help you out. However, if you go in last minute, you might get a good answer, but a lot of times people have their own lives and they might not have the money on the spot to be able to bail you out. So planning ahead with asking your friends and family is very important. Now, the last way to save your company from the cash flow issue is negotiation. And you can take my class, Negotiate to Achieve, to get the tricks that I use myself to be able to save my company from the cash flow issue. And How you do that? Well, first of all, you have to negotiate with your suppliers. Your suppliers also include your employees. So for example, if you're paying your employees every week, well, you gotta tell them you gotta pay them every 2 weeks. And how can you put that? Well, in my class, I explain that you have to put it in a way that's an ultimatum. Not the choice between 1 week and 2 weeks. It's basically, guys, if I don't pay you every 2 weeks, we're gonna have to shut down the company. So now the choice is either you get paid 2 weeks or we don't have a job anymore. That's very important. The second thing is your suppliers. Your suppliers, they can wait because your clients making you wait, so they can wait as well because you are their client. So you gotta negotiate with your suppliers, either for material or whatever, that they have to wait on you to be able to pay them. Now, the negotiation also goes from the other side. You gotta negotiate with your clients for them to pay you quicker. One of the tactics that I use is using price. So what I did is that in advance, I hiked the price a little bit over what my clients were comfortable with, but since they were needing for my service, they still paid. And after that, when it came time that I needed the cash flow to run my business, I brought it down to the price that I planned in the beginning and asked them to pay me much quicker. So at some point, I had my client pay me per week, and I was paying my employees every 2 weeks. And that's how I solved my cash flow problem. So guys, I hope you liked the video and this information was helpful to you. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friend so they will know how to save their small business as well. And don't forget to watch the video before and the video after. And if you want to know more about negotiation, well, you can take my class on Udemy. It's called Negotiate to Achieve. You have amazing tactics with counter tactics of how you're able to negotiate and achieve the things that I achieved with my small business. And one of these things is saving yourself from the cash flow issue. So I'll see you on the other side.